Yeah, I mean, Scarfo had been kind of banished to Atlantic City back in the 1960s when there wasn't anything going on down there, and he never had a lot of money. Now he had a chance to be the boss, and he was grabbing with both fists. And I think it was Tommy DelGiorno, in fact, who said the lesson there is never make a poor man the boss because he gets overwhelmed with it. So Scarfo, ran the organization from 1981 to 1989. He ran it into the ground. Anybody who crossed him ended up dead. It was all about grabbing money with both fists. Atlantic City, the casino gambling era had started. He was down there. In a lot of ways, he was a psychopath on top of everything else. I mean, the guy was a little twisted, and violence was the way he dealt with any kind of problem, big or small. And that undermined the organization. A guy like Nick Caramandi or Tommy DelGiorno thought they had screwed something up and pissed him off. They realized that he was going to come at them with a gun. That's why they ran to the feds. They had nowhere else to go. There was no reasoning with them. You couldn't logically sit down and say, "Oh, look, I screwed up, but here's why," and blah, blah, blah. You didn't want to hear that. You screwed up, you were dead. That's the way he ran the organization.
I always wonder, what is it with these guys that when people go to jail, they just refuse to look after their families as promised, and then they threaten to kill people for no reason, and like you said, drive them into the witness protection program. Where's the logic in this?
That's I think one of the things that happened was there used to be a system where if you were doing time, your family would be taken care of, and when you came out, there would be a place for you. But I think what happened was, and again, I don't like to glamorize this, but I think for guys like Angelo Bruno, Carlo Gambino, the Mafia truly was a way of life. And that's a part of it, that whole idea that you take care of one another. For the next generation of guys, and I think Scarfo epitomized this, the Mafia was a way to make money. That's what it was about. And so for a guy like Caramandi, they get jammed up and all of this stuff is going on and nobody's looking out for their family, et cetera, et cetera. They make a business decision because the Mafia is not a way of life. It's a business. It's a way to make money. How do I cut my losses? And Caramandi and DelGiorno decided to cut their losses by raising their hand and becoming a cooperator, disappearing into the witness security program. And the other thing that you can't lose sight of, I mentioned generationally, second, third generation Italian Americans, the best and the brightest, still need to be gangsters. On top of that, what's happening at the same time is the highly effective RICO law, which made prosecutions much more formidable, highly sophisticated electronic surveillance. Defense attorneys would say you can't cross-examine a tape.
Yeah.
If John Stamper is on the tape saying we're going to kill this guy, there's not much you can do in terms of defending that. Then the third thing is the witness security program. That's been highly effective. Guys have gotten a new identity and disappeared, so you can testify and find a new life. A lot of these guys mentally are unable to do that. But some of them, take a guy like Phil Leonetti, for example, Scarfo's nephew. He's really recreated himself. He's got a business. He's middle class, upper middle class. I know where he is and what he's doing. There is a chance for a second life because of the witness security program, and some guys have really taken advantage of it. All of those things have contributed to the demise of the American Mafia.
Absolutely.